would a pastor be in error if he did not speak against slavery in this country? You say, of course. Would a pastor be in error if a pastor did not speak about how kids are being sold into sex slavery? Well, newsflash, there are more people being sold in slavery in this country right now on the southern border than any time in the last couple hundred years, and the church is silent. There are 320,000 kids that we know of that have gone missing, many of whom are now teenage prostitutes and sex slaves for the cartel in the interior of the United States. But the church is silent. One of the first actions that Kamala Harris took with Joe Biden was to get rid of DNA testing. So here's how it works. They show up on the border, trembling 13-year-old girl, and a muscular 35-year-old pimp says, I'm her dad. And there is no DNA testing that occurs. So instead, they just say, sign on the paperwork, here's your asylum date, it's in 3 years, of course it never comes, and the girl is now a sex slave in the United States. Under Trump, we do a DNA test, be like, you're lying, that's not correct, we're gonna find out who her parents actually are. However, the church is uninterested in this. Exactly. Pastors are too interested in bigger buildings and more budgets and not in the fact that kids, God's children, are being sold as sex slaves in our own country. This is not happening in some far off distant land. This is on our turf. This is in our own nation. And I can't make the moral argument more clear than that.